everybody, and welcome to Phandalin by Night. We are so excited that you're here to join us today for our season 1 finale. We are our heroes are at Cragmaw at the castle, and they are hoping to make it out alive. And not just them, but they're hoping to catch a bad guy in the midst of it and help Droop in the midst of that. So there's, a lot going on as per norm. And we're excited that you're here with us to join us. If you've never seen Phandalin by Night before, we are a D&D game, but we play on a Vampire the Masquerade channel, which is how we got our name. And so thank you for joining us. You can catch all of our back issues on YouTube, which you definitely should go to our YouTube. I've just put a link in the chat. Go take a second. I'm just going to sit here and vamp for a minute, because we are really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this month so that we can more fairly pay all of our amazing cast and crew, like these amazing people that you see all be make-upped before you. And we want to support them. So please go and hit subscribe. It's not like Twitch subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. It's just like the red button that sends you notifications. You'll get notifications for us, for Agents of Shield, which is another D&D game, for Vampire the Masquerade, the Saturday game, and Changeling game. And I think that's all 4 that we're running right now on VBN. So go and click that. And you've had lots of time now to do so. Thank you. Now you can come back to our tab. I'm going to get my amazing players to introduce themselves very quickly and say who they're playing, and then we'll get right on into it. So up first is the last person to join our cast. That's Sean.
Hey guys, I'm Sean. I play 9, the human paladin, who's still feeling some type of way about possibly letting the BBEG get out the back door. So, yeah.
Well, they're not gone yet. There's still time to recover. Nikki.
Hello, everyone. I'm Nikki. I play Denny, the Tiefling Bard, who is ready to use his wonderful musical gifts to kill a whole bunch of people. Just
Fantastic. And it's working because there's a lot going on already. Sarah, are we okay? We just getting weird dropped frames?
Yeah, the frames are dropping for some reason, so we have some pretty choppy video. I'm trying to troubleshoot it. The audio is coming in fine. It's just
great.
For some reason the video is all choppy. I was getting some notifications in OBS, but I'm on it. I'm troubleshooting as we go. My name is Sarah. I will be playing Graja Ragerock, the half-orc barbarian. And, I mean, it's time to let loose and release the beast in this episode for Graja, so let's go.
Sarah is so concerned about how this episode is going to go that she has forsaken her commissioned dice that just don't have the heat yet. And she's going back to what has carried her through thus far, back to the digital dice. So, I don't know. There we go. Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda, she, her, playing Whimsy, he, they. And Whimsy is excited to finally be finishing his contract from the first thing, because he is a man of his word, and it has been bothering him that he's had an unfulfilled contract. And also, to rescue their friends and save people and all that, but mostly the contract. It's important.
And Najra.
Hey everyone, I'm Nashra. I play Jard, the Fire Genasi monk. She, they for both of us. And she's sorry, but these people have killed a lot of their friends. So it's okay to kill a little bit this time.
Love it. And I am your DM, Sarah. And with that, we will get into our game. Oh, I was still on the session notes from a year ago. When last we met our heroes stood gallantly watching as Droop bravely entered the ruined castle by himself. And he nearly made it to the door, to their place that they were hoping that he could sneak to and open up before he was noticed by a larger hobgoblin and carried away to be interrogated for information. As the heroes waited for the prescribed go time, the wolves howled in alarm as Droop begins to weaken under intensive questioning, and the party jumped to action, splitting into smaller groups and storming the castle on multiple fronts. Whimsy whisked into the antechamber that Droop was in and found a new potential packmate, which, yay, family. Denny and Graja drew attention out back, bringing several strapping hobgoblins and the king himself to face a challenge. Jart and Nine went through the main door. Nine sliced through the first foe very quickly, but Jart summoned the inner strength of her thunderous fire power, dug deep, and destroyed a whole room full of goblins. The party began to reconvene on the main room, where Nine finds a female drow dragging a dwarf away. Whimsy sacrifices one of the last of his ties to the Feywild and summoned a shape-changing Fey creature who follows the order attack the drow, but hesitates upon realizing this is no drow at all. As the not drow turns to flee, Nine tries to stop her, but becomes confused and hesitates as she changes to the face of his mentor, causing enough of a distraction to flee into another room. And that is where we pick up. I still have us on our initiative. So that would be Jart up first with Denny after that.
All right. Jart, not knowing what happened here, is just gonna try to find the room where Droop was. So let's start measuring to 20 feet here. And this is closed, right? This is a curtain that it's closed.
It's a curtain, but it's closed. But I mean, you could whip it aside. It's just a curtain.
Okay. Yeah, but can I hear this mess? Like,
oh yeah,
yells
you can hear it thundering through the ruins here. There is a noise that sounds like an advancing horde that is waiting and calling everybody out. And it definitely sounds like another orc tribe has arrived to challenge it.
So, because I don't know it's Danny and anything could be happening there, I'm gonna go this way, following Nine. And that fulfills my movement. I mean, like, what the hell's going on? And probably
recording in progress.
I'm probably gonna dash since I don't have anyone to attack. And when I get the window closed, and when I get here, it's like, oh gosh. And this is the body, right? Or just
you see standing in front of Nine, not standing, actually laying on the ground in front of Nine, a very familiar looking dwarf that started you on this quest. This is Gundren Rockseeker, beaten and badly bruised, but on the ground, and a looming elf-looking creature with long, exaggerated ears, kind of longer and slender fingers, a bit taller than other elves that you've met, and definitely just like covered in like stripper glitter, which is how I picture all elves of the Feywild, just like glittery as. Is that not right, Amanda?
He's a satyr.
He's a satyr.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember you telling me that. last week, and I did not write that down, which is why it did not get in there. He is still covered in stripper glitter, but
stripper glitter is canon. Don't worry. That's
But it's a satyr instead of
but
an
it's a
elf.
satyr. He's a bit bigger than Stanfield, so
Okay.
you know, and the tips of the hair, the tips of his fur are like mid 90s frosted bleach tips, you know.
Beautiful.
All right. So what I'm going to do is well, I don't know, to give a potion to someone, is it an action or is it a bonus action here?
To feed a potion to someone else. You know what? Give me a medicine check. Just looking at him
Okay.
quickly.
Oh, it's bad. It's a 7.
You're not sure. He is coughing heavily. It's hard to kind of tell what all could be wrong with him. Maybe a potion would help him out for sure.
Okay, so as my bonus action I can give him a potion,
Yeah.
that's what I'll do.
Okay.
So
You kind of kneel down. Sorry, it is a full action to give a potion to someone
Okay.
else. Is that
So,
okay?
yeah, no, so yeah, I had 45 feet of movement because of my level 6. I gained 5 feet, so I have just enough movement to get to him
Okay.
and use my action to feed the potion
Okay.
to them. And I'm very smart, and I spent it before.
You kind of
Super.
slide. I think we're back. I'm just looking at the screen and
We
it's
are.
not as
Yep.
choppy. It's looking good.
Looks okay to me.
All right. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Let me say, this is full circle for my cast, for my table, because when this Sarah ran the stream a year ago to get us started, we couldn't even play the first day because the issues were so bad. It was just a hot mess, and everybody was like fully makeup to, I felt the worst. Look, the gremlins didn't want us to start, then fell in love with us, and now don't want us to leave.
Steve is
And I
saying
think
no
that's
sound.
Steve
No
is saying
sound.
there's no sound. Never mind, got it.
Never
He
mind.
says.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
So
Ah!
look,
Yeah.
the gremlins just wanted their turn in initiative. So excellent, good. Thank you. Yes. All right, let's do this. So Jart, you've just run in, slid under the like hunched over, kind of guarded looking, more guarded than normal looking body language of 9, and slid to this dwarf who's on the floor, beaten, badly bruised, conscious, but just barely, pulling his mangled and like matted hair and braids, and it's just matted with dirt and blood, and he's not been doing well these last many months that he has been in captivity. And you dump a health potion down his gullet, and you do see that all the kind of superficial cuts and wounds start to knit themselves together as you also feel his body temperature rise a little bit as it just like fights off all the infection that had kind of started to set in. And for a moment, you get this kind of twinkle-eyed dwarf that you remember as he looks at you, clocks who you are, and he goes, "Oh, I wasn't expecting to see you here. Did the supplies make it to Phandalin?"
Yeah, but it's very complicated. You still owe us money, and we'll try to get you out of here.
Yeah, my brothers will pay for it. It's no problem. I'm sure this is fine. And he's just kind of like, there's a little bit of still like mental shell shockedness to what he has been through. Kind of the happy-go-lucky guy has been through a really awful experience. And the satyr is standing over him, looking over your shoulder. Jart, is there anything you'd like to do for your bonus action?
Nope. I'm
Okay.
just gonna sit there.
All right, Denny, you're up. Wolves are on deck.
All right. So I am going to go ahead and cast Vicious Mockery on the guy right by us.
The king.
Leader.
Yeah.
Guess I should probably roll that. Hello. Why aren't you rolling? Hello. Okay, I guess I'll use regular dice like a chump. So it's gonna be 6 damage, and
6
I'm just gonna lean around Graja and tell him that everyone that's ever loved him is wrong. Just so you know.
You lay on some thick kind of internal familial doubt, and you see him kind of look at you like as your horns and then purple face pop out behind Graja's more muted natural mood board color set. It's hard to miss you, and as you just rudely show him the mirror of his own truth, he takes a second and kind of stumbles, and you hear him like whisper under, well, Graja hears him whisper under his mom's, or under his breath, his mom's name.
And for my bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and cast Mantle of Majesty.
Which does what?
Once per long rest, as a bonus action, you cast Command without expending a spell slot. For a minute or until your concentration ends, you can cast Command as a bonus action on each of your turns. So I'm just going to go ahead and do
that. And just as you cast this, your banjolele almost starts to play itself with this very like slow kind of almost like Spanish in origin, kind of starting to build tension. Starts off kind of slow and not menacing, but serious, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it just starts to kind of pluck away, and the strings are resonating with the magic that you're casting, and it goes. It's lovely.
The save is wisdom 16.
Does it cast right now or on every other turn after this?
It's next turn.
Next turn, okay.
Yeah.
The goblins. What goblins remain? Okay. Ferdinand, the wolves.
The wolves are going to continue their last command, which was to find the cub and get him out. So they're going to go they're going to go as far as they can anyhow. How far can they go?
They cannot open doors, so they can get into this room. Kyle, let's see, 9. You hear them kind of snarl loudly, and that's because Kyle really wants to go into whatever door is to the south there. But he, after a couple of like warning yips from his from his pack, he returns to them. And that's as far as they can go, because now everybody's kind of squeezed into this area here.
Wolves are waiting in the wings then. They might howl to try and get a new command. They'll
Sure.
contact you. They'll be like, "We're here. Where are you?"
And does Whimsy return a message to them?
Yes, Whimsy's going to essentially say in wolf speak, "Oh, I've got the cub. Find the scentless one." Because Whimsy's pretty sure that's the same shape-changey guy who the wolves originally said was the scentless one in the other caverns.
Ah.
Okay. And with that, they have a little bit of movement left. So they will track back this way. Try and keep them together. They're gonna just turn around and hightail it the opposite way.
Right.
Okay. The king himself has a go. And ooh. Oh no. My dice are not happy today. That is a 18 to hit. Sarah, sorry. The king orc himself.
Okay.
Sorry,
Stands in.
I'm sorry. I think he's commanded now, unless he succeeded on that save.
Does for the command that is on every when you cast the spell on every future turn.
Yeah, so when I cast the spell, it has no effect until its next turn.
Oh, you're casting it on him. I thought you would cast it on yourself.
Oh no.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we need to determine whether or not he succeeded. He rolled a natural 19 plus.
Yeah,
What
that's so the DC 16. So
what's the what spell is it? Or sorry, what's the save? Wisdom save?
DC 16, wisdom.
Yeah, natural 19 with a +0 to his wisdom. So he did save on that one. But once he saves, is it always saved, or does he have to keep rolling against it?
I think it just fails, so I'd have to do it again.
No, I think the Mantle of Majesty allows you to cast the command every turn. So if he saved, you have to use your bonus action to recast it next turn.
Yeah.
To try again.
I see. Okay. I'm with you. Still, casting command as a bonus action is a sweet spell. I love that. All right.
Okay.
Sorry, Sarah, did that hit you as this orc has just taken some emotional damage and took a good beating from you previously? Mm-hmm. He looks at you, takes a second inside of himself. You just see his eyes kind of go dead, and you get the sense that this is now a much more dangerous situation because now he has nothing to lose.
Uh-oh.
And he takes the first of his swings at you.
Okay.
What did I say? Like 16, 18, something like that?
I think you said 18. That does hit.
Okay. And that is 11 points of piercing damage.
I'm raging, so I believe that's halved.
Yes.
You said 11. Okay. So,
yeah.
Okay. Done.
And he's going to swing again. That is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That's another 9 points. So 4.
Oof. Okay.
And he's he's going to look at you and just in orc say, I thought you were an honorable warrior. Now you've brought others here, not even our kind. What dishonor do you bring on your family? Because as far as he's aware, Denny's minor illusion sound made this sound like another orc group coming to attack them. So he is quite confused as to the purpose of all of this.
Can I respond to him?
You can, yeah, go for it.
So, I think Graja just takes another, just like taking the blows, just and then, it is not my fault you are so easily deceived.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it.
That's all.
Fantastic. Droop, Whimsy, did Droop get out of his? No, Droop is still in his chains, right? Because you did not have a
I think I failed. I tried and failed because it's been a series of 1s and 3s all last session.
Yeah. He is going to try again. That's an 8 for him. He is really securely. You guys are probably going to need to find a key. Like we can keep banging away. He'll keep trying to get out, but probably a key is what's going to be needed at this point. Graja, you're up. 9, you're going to be on deck.
Okay, so I feel Garage is pretty focused on the king, as you called him. And I think after her little retort there, she's just once again going to go in with the great axe for a couple of attacks here.
I love it. As you're setting up your dice there to start rolling for this attack on the king, thank you, Blue Box RPG, for the raid into our season finale. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you so much.
Our half orc barbarian here is going mono e. I don't know what the Spanish for woman is. Mono e.
Okay.
Not going to try and pronounce that. That's going to just be awful.
You are muted, Najra.
No, it's mano a mano either
mano
way.
a mano, even if it's mixed gender.
Yeah, because that means just like hand by hand.
Yeah, hand to hand.
Okay.
Hand to hand.
Mano y mano against the king himself of this little goblin and orc tribe here. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. Nat 1.
Fuck.
Oh, I told you I need a dice exorcist. That's a 9 total.
A nat 1. All right.
Wait a minute. I have that I'm still inspired.
Yes.
Inspired is not the same thing as advantage. And a nat 1 is a nat 1.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So what you need is advantage where you could roll another d20.
Yeah, which no, I don't have that. Okay.
That's for your first attack. You still have 2 more attacks, right?
Indeed I do, yes.
And your first one, as you go to swing your axe back to get a really good forward momentum, you hear the delicate twang of some strings pop as you have sliced a couple of the banjo strings that's around Denny's back. Like you really reached back there because Denny is like right up on your back. Denny does not want to be and you have unfortunately sliced some of those banjo strings. So Denny's gonna have to get that restrung at a future point. But they sounded fabulous as they broke. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, attack number 2. Still with the great axe.
All right.
And I think Graja maybe has like a momentary like look at Denny, like a chagrined like, and then but is not, you know, is going right back in. Okay, that's a 25.
25 will
Yes.
absolutely hit. Go for it.
Hooray! I'm so happy. Okay, so that is 13.
13 points of damage. Love
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And then
Are you using your frenzied?
Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
go for it.
This dude needs to go. So, number 3 with the great axe. Let's do this. 22.
Yes. 22 absolutely hits.
Hooray.
Sarah, I want you to know that in your features and traits as a barbarian, you have something called reckless attack.
Yes.
When you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. It gives you advantage, but all attack rolls against you for the next round also get advantage.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. But thank you for reminding me.
But you have to decide, like, you can't just
For my first
roll a 1
attack.
and then, yeah. And you really need to do it on the first one to get, you know, to crit fish all the way through. And you have to kind of say up front that you're going to do it. But I know it's not something that Graja has really done in the past. So I just wanted to remind you that is a feature of your particular barbarian path.
I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
So last one for the great axe.
Yeah.
That's 24.
24 absolutely hits. Yeah.
Okay.
Building upstream.
18.
18 points of damage.
18. Oh,
You
let's
carve
yeah.
into this dude.
Woo!
Just absolutely hacking into him, watching a couple of his buckles pop loose across his leather armor. He is, as part of his armor kind of falls away, exposing like his chest and like midsection, you see that he is covered in battle wounds. This is a creature who has fought his way to the top and as of yet is undefeated. And he is not going to go down easily.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do on your turn? I guess you have movement if you'd like to take it. Or you can kind of plant yourself.
Yeah, I think I'm just planting myself. Graja really does want to like try to stay in front of Denny because this guy is really hitting hard. So I think she's just gonna plant her feet in the ground, ready for the onslaught of whatever comes.
Love it. Absolutely. Snarl, the new wolf pack member, looks up at you, trying to get Droop out of his chains, and also heard you kind of howling to the rest. And he goes, "That family."
Family. That family.
I help them, family.
Help is good. Help family. Pack.
And he gobbles up the last little bits of his steak, and he goes charging out the door, leaping over Kranich, and banging into this door. Let's see. Well, that's not too good of a roll. You hear him bang into this door to try and get it open, and it creaks for a second, like it's not going to give, and then smashes open. And he goes charging after his family. 5, 10, 15.
Whimsy does give another howl saying new friend coming, so that
Okay.
his wolves don't attack it.
Absolutely. And the hobgoblins that are in darkness, one of them comes charging out. The other two, I think, are still fairly confused. I rolled 2 13s for them. Amazing. Let's see, which direction are they going? You see this bit of darkness move around still, trying to, it's centered on this one guy, but the other one is like caught up in it. But the other one is going to come up to Graja and also attack. Sorry, I should have had that open. That is, can he get to a position where he's flanking? You know what? Seeing you locked in combat with the king, I think he'd actually probably go for Denny, if you don't mind if I retcon a little bit of that there. I really... Does that make sense to you, Sarah, that this is like a challenge for leadership and nobody else should be interfering? And there's like a concern maybe that Denny is interfering a little bit?
Absolutely.
All right.
He generally does, so yeah.
He definitely is interfering, for sure. Okay. That is a 17 to hit.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, wrong dice. 1d10. I don't think I've ever used a d10 to attack anything before. Hey. 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay. That's rude. That was my favorite cravat, but that's fine.
And you're lucky that you're not a little bit closer, because he can deal an extra 7 points if you're within 5 feet of an ally of his.
Rude.
Yeah. All right. 9. You are up. Whimsy, you're on deck. Whimsy and Kranich.
All right.
Our paladin, with his shoulders kind of hunched, has just seen the face of his mentor appear before him. His mentor, who he has a very complicated relationship with, because this is the man who took him as a child and trained him to be a soldier at a very, very young age, like Ender's Game dark story here. And has given him the wounds that gave him his name, or that gave him the title that he goes by, and then has fled as 9 tried to stop this person, not his mentor, but maybe his mentor. There's some stuff going on. What's going on for 9 right now?
Which way did this so-called mentor run off?
You saw them leave out this door.
Okay. And I've seen the wolf run across the room in front of me and Jart.
Right.
And does 9 hear Whimsy in there with Droop? Or,
I don't know, with the big pounding noises that are going on to signal like the opposing orc tribe, the minor illusion that Denny's got going on, and then having Jart and Kranich. Like, I don't know necessarily that you are hearing what's going on there, but you know that that is the direction in the castle to which they are.
You might have heard Whimsy howling, because if he was howling loud enough for the wolves to hear him, he would have heard some weirdo howling at.
100%.
I think in this situation, 9 seeing the face of his mentor on somebody who's not his mentor, he'd probably take off after him.
All right. You, as you exit out this doorway here, you see the wolves scratching and howling at this door to the south. Or sorry, not to the south. I can directions.
I see which one you're talking about.
You see what I'm talking about.
I guess. I guess 9 would try to run through that door or see if it would open or something.
smash your shield right into the door, splintering
Yeah,
it into
like
a thousand pieces.
run like shield first and try to like ram through it or something.
All right, give me a strength check.
Oh, that's gonna be amazing. Oh, that's a 22.
Ooh, yeah.
A 22. I will say that like that's going to be your action, is to bash open this door. But I will give you the little bit of extra movement that it takes to do so. You bash into this door, taking a step forward. What you see is, oof, it is a whole thing.
Don't, please. I just killed
What you
myself.
see is this, you have entered into this high, narrow hall that looks like at one point it may have been like a chapel or a shrine. There are these angelic gargoyle figures that are sculpted along the room's upper reaches, looking down onto the floor where you are. This is not entirely unfamiliar to you as a paladin of Lathander. You understand what the purpose of this room was. This was a room for ceremony. To the north, heavy curtains block a matching pair of archways, and between the archways is a cracked but very ornately carved stone brazier. I understand you can't see. I will fix this immediately. There you go. And you see the drow woman in front of you. She does not care that you have come barreled through that. You see her looking to the north of you, just trying to not make a move, trying to be as still as she possibly can be.
And she's just there, not moving. Okay. When you said that was going to be my action.
So you have a bonus action left.
Since, could I petition for, since I used my shield against the door, could I use my 2-weapon fighting and get a bonus action attack against it?
I will say, because you are so proficient in that shield, and because you guys have just dropped some big coin to get it upgraded, that you smash through the door and your sword was ready to go, I will give you that the attack on the door was an attack on the door. Therefore, you can swing through with your sword, making all the movement.
All righty, here we go. Let's see.
Amanda.
So 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
And I'm gonna use a spell slot to throw smite on it.
Okay.
Okay, so and this is actually going to be a second level, so it's going to be 3d8.
Okay.
So that's going to be 17 points of damage.
17. As your sword streaks through the air, it lights the whole room with the light of Lathander shining off of it as it swings downward in an arc, totally like slow motion Final Fantasy style, slicing through the air, leaving a trail of gold illumination behind it, coming down hard on her, slicing through her back like a good inch separates. You can see several like ribs and a vertebrae exposed from the slice. It was a good hit. As the light illuminates the room, you two are not the only things in here.
Fuck.
Out of the corner of your eye, make me a perception check at disadvantage because it is not where you are focused.
In your
It's a perception at disadvantage. Okay.
It's a bouncy castle. Let's hope it's a bouncy castle, guys.
Oh, fuck off. That is a natural one.
You see something that is
Pretty light.
definitely not what you would expect to see, but as the light hits her and gets absorbed into her body, the hall goes dark again, and you can't clock it or where it is or what it is. And with that, we go to Whimsy with Jart on deck.
Whimsy's gonna try and free Droop one more time. And he's just gonna hit it with his glaive, like he's gonna hit the chains. He's given up trying to unlock it because he's bad at that. So he's just gonna swing at the chains. Is he chained to the wall or to the floor? Or
He
am I telling him to
is
duck, or am I telling him to move?
duck. His hands are chained and then they are connected above on the wall because he's very short, right? The original like chains here were for humans.
Well, guys, here's hoping I don't roll a nat 1 and cut Droop's hand.
Please do
off.
not kill Droop.
I don't want to.
I think he's safe there. It's gonna be okay.
He has
I don't
7 hit
I don't
points.
want to leave him there though.
But for now, he's gonna be okay.
Well, I'm gonna swing at some chains. Very slowly.
So many nat ones.
So
So
many
many
nat
nat ones. Singlis is going to have a field day tracking all this later. Hey, while we're waiting for Amanda's dice, could you go over to our YouTube? Please, 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 could you go over to our YouTube? And I'll put the link in chat. And just click subscribe because we're really trying to get to 1,000 so that we can do a giveaway, which I think is like tomorrow or today. Is today the end of the month? No, we still have a whole other.
Yeah.
5
So here
days.
is
We
it.
got like a, yeah,
We have a whole
quite
other
few.
week.
Yeah.
If you could, we're giving away some Dogmite gear if we can hit 1,000. And the reason we're aiming for that is so that we can monetize the YouTube channel so that we can start adding even more incredible money to the cast and crew here at Vancouver by Night.
It was a 12, by the way.
A 12 to hit. You bash away at these chains, and it seems that the hook on the wall was more ornamental. It was more of like, it was installed for, coneyberry purposes, if you catch my meaning. It wasn't installed for keeping prisoners secure. And so while Droop is still chained, his chains are released from the wall. So he's still got chains on his hands, but he can at least move. He is free to leave this area.
All right. Whimsy's going to use his movement then to chase after the last wolf, after Snarl/Carl.
All right. And, oh, I'm in the wrong layer.
And as he passes by Kranich, he's going to say, "With me."
Okay. And Kranich will then wait for you because it's his turn now. So unless you want Kranich to go ahead of you.
Well, yeah, I guess he'll say, "Follow the wolves," then instead.
Follow the wolves. Okay. So he will do so, and he'll get here to where Snarl is, pull the curtain aside, And he can do 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he'll get down here to where these other wolves are.
Excellent.
Whimsy, can you give me a perception check?
Kranich or
Oh.
Whimsy?
Whimsy.
Whimsy?
Oh, Loki. My husband got a new monitor, so my cats are in his monitor box right now. So they are very
yeah.
heavily ignoring me.
Mhm.
They busy.
Yeah.
22.
Hey, a
Oh,
22.
Nice.
As Kranich pulls the curtain aside, you hear Snarl, the new pack member, give this little like yelp, almost like a puppy of excited surprise as he lays eyes on his pack. What is she going to do, the drow woman?
Oh,
She is very hesitant to move at all.
That concerns none at the moment.
She positions herself here behind, like against the wall, and to you, you're a battle tactician. That is odd if she is trying to flee. But are you I mean, without metagaming, would 9 turn to keep her in his vision at all times? You're muted.
If he's struck, like he struck her the last turn, so if she's like moving over to the like quickly, I'm assuming it's quickly, like almost she's trying to get away from something, or is that
As soon as you hit her and she realizes that you're there, she like body turns and gets it. It is obvious that she is ducking behind you.
so it seems so I'm trying to think. So it looks like she's ducking behind. Does it look like she's running from me, or does it look like
Oh
she's
yeah,
running from something
her
else?
eyes are not on you. Her eyes are over your shoulder.
I think 9, he would do like almost like a like Mariette turn to look like to follow her, but also to like put himself in between whatever she seems to be running from. So
Okay.
like maybe move 1 square over to where he's still like 5 in that 5-foot range, but he's going to basically do like a 180 and try to see if he can perceive what's going on.
Okay. So on your turn, we will know that that you've turned back around. You have your back to her. She is not eager to hurt you in this moment. And with your back to her, you can't see her, so you don't know what's going on for her. All right.
Well, I don't know if his back would be toward like his almost like he'd have his side to her.
If
trying to
you're
look.
looking, what she is looking at is like over here. It is like
Okay.
she has put herself in the right position for you to be a shield.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you're going to turn to follow her vision, you are turning your back on her.
All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Lovely. Jart, and then Denny's on deck.
okay. Oh gosh. Okay. No, I'm gonna tell the dwarf. I'm gonna say to the dwarf, like, since I saw Whimsy came out of that room and he seems very much unscathed, I'm gonna be like, get into the room, lock the door, barricade yourself in, don't come out until we get in.
Okay.
And I am going to move.
And I don't have him on the initiative tracker, so I will say that he just runs in and follows through on your orders.
Okay, when I come out here, can I see what's going on here? Can I see them?
Yeah, you can. Let me.
Okay, seeing like what?
When you come out that door, you can kind of see through, but there is maybe some more important things that you also
Oh.
see in that room. As
Okay.
you pop through that door, you see that there is a little regiment of goblins and hobgoblins that are getting ready to advance out the door. So their, sorry, this one should be here. Their backs are to you.
Okay. All right. So I was like, she was just like running, trying to find whatever the fuck everyone is.
Yep.
Because everyone's different places.
Yep.
And she comes to this guys, and it's like just like it stands in a fighting position. Tells them you should run, and she's gonna move here. And she's basically like flavor wise, she's gonna jump from the goblin's face to kick this guy's face, and basically it's gonna attack, give one attack to each one.
Absolutely, the dope monk shit that she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first one is an unarmed strike. Which is awful. It's an 11 to hit the goblin.
An 11 doesn't hit. These goblins are have been like hastily putting on a little bit of armor. And so as you strike forward, your fist hits and the impact is taken.
Oh, and I was trying to use the dagger on the other guy, and it's not one. And I don't trust the ND beyond
Oh my god.
dice anymore. I'm gonna do my third attack, which is gonna be like an unarmed strike, unarmed strike on the hobgoblin.
Okay.
The big guy. Oh, it's a 16.
16 does not hit the hobgoblin.
Oh gosh. So I don't hit anyone.
As you strike forward with your dagger, you cut up some of the laces, and you see the armor start to kind of fall apart, but it gets caught. The handle of the dagger and your hand get caught in some of those laces. And so then to like try and punch while you're trying to get your other hand free, you just can't get a really good hit.
And I'm gonna run for my dice because this ain't happening again.
Okay, that's fine. You go get your dice. Denny, you are on deck.
Right.
Sorry, you are up. Ferdinand, the wolves are on deck.
All right, so I'm going to be very upset that this motherfucker has the audacity to swing at me in this outfit. How dare. So I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery again.
Okay.
If it'll actually let me do it this time. Okay. Oh, there we go. Hey. Oh, good. That's terrible. So that's going to be a 2. The insult's not that good this time. I'm going to tell him that he is the water that comes out of a ketchup bottle.
Yeah. Ketchup is not necessarily a cuisine type. It's not a condiment that is normal to goblin society. So he's like, water's very healthy for you. I'm not sure. I mean, I can tell that you're insulting me, but he's going to ponder it for a minute to try and figure out what the insult meant.
That is very fair. And as my bonus action, I'm going to try to cast command again on the leader. So it's going to be a spell save of wisdom DC 16 for you. You try and get him to
another
falls.
18.
Falls.
Denny, is there anything else you'd like to do? Movement?
Yes, that's a good idea. I forget I can do that.
He will
And-
get an attack on you if you go outside of his melee.
That's okay. That's
Okay.
fine by me. I'm just gonna go ahead and move over here.
15 to hit.
15 does not hit.
15, you duck under his blade as he yells, no, you're the water, catch up, water. And swings at you, and you kind of duck under it and take a couple steps back. Graja immediately feeling a little bit more movement and space now that you're not acting as a shield. You maybe have a bit more range to get into this. 9. Out of the darkness of this room, you see
My death.
a couple, not a couple, 4, in fact, long, skinny appendages streak out of the darkness, suckers on the underside of these tentacles as this thing reaches out to try and grab you.
I've seen enough anime to know where this is going.
Wants
Oh,
to make out with you. It hasn't had a
Ten-
boyfriend in a really long time.
tentacle
Oh my God.
kisses.
Taken.
A 21 and a 14 to hit.
The 21 just hits.
Okay. All of these creatures use different dice damage types. 9 points of slashing damage as you feel one of these tentacles wrap around your forearm and yank you forward. And that is when you see, just starting to peek into what light is shining through the hallway, a gigantic beak as it tries to take a bite at you. 21 for that, which is an additional 6 points of piercing damage, as this creature is now fully aware of its next meal. This is a giant snake-like creature coiled up, that's head splits open like Demogorgon from Stranger Things style, with like multiple panels of tentacles that try to bring you into its beak. This is a creature in lore called a Grick. I want to see how good the token looks. I'm going to make the token really big. It's not this big. I just want to see how good the token looks. Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh, fuck me.
Right?
Not in the anime way.
No.
Please.
No,
Not literally.
no. And you have been yanked forward.
I might not have a choice now.
Lovely. And as you get yanked forward, give me a perception check at disadvantage again, because it's very dark and your attention is on something very specific.
All right. That's a 16.
A 16. You hear a door open and slam to the west of you as the drow was waiting for you. She held her action to escape if you got into combat with the Grick. All right, goblins go. These two are going to attack Jart. Well, yeah, they're going to come and attack Jart. What do goblins do? You guys, I'm running so many creatures here. Goblins have little scimitars. So that is an unnatural 20 and a 21 to hit.
They both hit.
That is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points of slashing damage between the both of them.
What? Okay.
And then they, as a bonus action, are going to disengage and then immediately like run back to get away from you. All right, Wolf's turn.
This is open, or this like they can cross through here?
This particular one right here is open. Or
Okay.
like they're scrambling. It's not that it's open, it's that they're scrambling kind of up the mountain a little bit. Whether or not they can get over to the other side, you're not 100% certain.
Okay.
Okay. But they're at least trying to like back away onto this mountain, onto this pile of rubble from this ruined castle that has come down around you. What are these wolves doing here, Whimsy?
Unless
in?
9 closes the door behind them, then
He
they're
did
going
not.
in. They're
All
going in
right.
because they're still chasing the scentless one. That's not
Right.
a drow.
And that is what they do. They get to this door and they have to pound against it because she slammed it shut behind herself. Give me,
Yeah, Kyle's gonna try and body slam it.
yeah, go for it. Give me a strength check with the wolves stats. And I'm going to say that at this point, I'm going to merge. No, I'll keep all the wolves separate for now.
Kyle's the biggest one.
Yeah,
So he's to be the one to shoulder check it.
absolutely.
Strength is +1, so I'm just gonna roll a 20 and add 1. Come on, Kyle, now's your time to prove yourself. Stay. Damn it! It was so close to being a nat 20. It's a 2.
Dangity.
So
A 2. Okay. Kyle body slams into this door, but it is pretty solidly shut. So it is hard to get
door.
open.
It's a pull, not a push.
It's true. It's so true. It is the king's turn, and the king, locked into battle with Graja, is going to just wail away. That is a natural 20.
Aww.
And then a natural 20 for 24, and then a 23 for the second hit.
Yeah, I mean, both of those will hit for sure.
7, 14, 15, 16 points of piercing damage for the first one, so 8.
Okay.
And then 8, 12, 13, 14 points of piercing damage for the second one,
Ew.
so 7. So 15 total points.
Yep.
As he just growls, and like you see him drop his center of gravity as his morning star swings around, clocks you firmly in kind of the upper bicep area, really giving you a good jolt to your bones. And then for his, he doesn't swing it again. While it's there, he drags it down the side of your arm, splitting it open, trying to really damage your good swinging arm there.
Okay.
That is his turn. Droop is, with his chains still on, and with Gundren having just come in and shut the door behind him as he was ordered to, he's going to run over to Gundren and just like try and bring a little blanket from the floor and wrap it around Gundren's body and just like try and take care of him, because he's not a fighter. and he is a little bit scared himself. Graja, you are up. How do you return your attack?
I think that Graja is just trying to channel the pain, the blows back into rage, just like you said, locked in combat with this king. So,
are you going reckless?
I think we're going reckless.
All right.
Yes.
It is very rare for those of you who are watching at home. It is very rare for a barbarian to go reckless. That is not a move that she's usually very in control, even in her rage state. This is getting down to it.
Okay, so when I make my first attack, gives me advantage on.
So you get advantage on rolls. All of your attacks, all 3 of your attacks.
Awesome. Okay, so here we go with number 1 with the great axe. That's weird. I said roll at advantage and I didn't do that. So I'll just roll it again real quick. 22.
Yeah, swinging forward, blood just spraying out in an arc from your arm as you swing forward. Go ahead, roll all 3 of your attacks, and then roll all of your damage at the same time.
Got it. Second attack is 25.
25 also hits.
And the third for the hitting, 24.
Yeah, like totally a Mortal Kombat combo move. You just boom, boom, boom. You rack into this dude. And just like spittle is flying from your mouth as you have just had enough at this point. You tried to play nice. You tried to play fair. This dude hurt Droop. We're not having this anymore. And if he wants a challenge for his throne, you're going to give it to him. And you absolutely rack him.
Okay, so now for the damage here. I'm actually going to... I'm going to write this down real quick. Okay, that's the first one. Oh, let's go! Yes! Ah! I'm sorry, I'm really happy. Okay, let me do some quick math. Get my freaking calculator up in here.
You know it's good when the barbarian needs a calculator to start determining damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Okay.
Barbarians make their own divine smite, you know? They are the divine smite.
Ah! Yeah. That's 51 damage!
What?
Yeah!
Oh, shit.
Oh, gosh.
You slice into him time after time. Every time you do, like precision at this point. You are a master of this weapon and slicing into it, feeling the connection to the new family that you have, and seeing this. You have seen challenge battles in your orc tribe before. You know that it is for the command of the destiny of the future of the tribe. And you didn't come here to get into a challenge battle, but now that you're here, there is that part of you that takes over of, you know what, I am in this, and it's not for his tribe. This is about for my family that I have found here. And you slice into him, cutting deep, exposing tendon along the back of his arm. He's hurt, man. That is a brutal reckless attack.
That might be one of my best. I mean, one of my best turns ever. I think.
That's look,
easily.
50 points is nothing to sneeze at. And you're like what, level 6, right?
No, I'm level 5.
You're level 5.
She hasn't dug deep yet.
You haven't dug deep.
I have not.
You've got it on the back. Would you like to use your movement?
Let's take a look here. I did want to know, can I see Jart? Is Jart like in my eye line? Like, I don't know the height of the
Jart
rubble
is
there.
not in your eye line. That is a
Not,
very
okay.
tall pile of rubble that's like
Got
15,
it.
20 feet high. Yeah.
Okay, no worries. I just was curious.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think Graja is pretty focused right here, right now.
Okay.
Being
Absolutely.
being present for the bloodshed, so I don't feel the
Yeah.
need to move either. Let me
No.
just. Okay, so I did all 3 of my attacks. I just wanted to see if there was anything else, but I think that is going to be it for my turn.
Okay, that sounds good. Snarl is going to run forward to his new family, jumping over them and banging into the door in front of them. I'm just going to put him to the side there because it's hard to stack wolves on top of each other. Wolf pile, banging into it. Hey, that will open that door. And he splinters through this door. 9. As you hear this snapping beak snap down on like the fatty part of your bicep, feeling the immediate sting of its razor sharp beak edges, you hear the door splinter, open, shut, and then a few seconds later splinter open as something crashes through it. And then you feel the ground beneath you tremble a bit, and you hear as like a whelp of pain issues from that, from where that door was. These hobgoblins are going to, can they finally shake the darkness, my old friend? Nope. Does this one make its way out? Hey, that'll do. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This one is still
no.
very confused, and he is moving further away. Okay, so we have multiple attacks going on here. 2 against Denny. That's 21 and a 14 to hit Denny.
The 21 hits, the 14 does not.
Okay. Sorry, 1d10 is 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
As
I want to
the-
use a reaction, please.
Sure.
I would like to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah. This one that's still kind of muttering out. I don't even know what ketchup is, but it sounds disgusting like your face, as he swings forward at you with both of his hands gripping this long sword.
God, computer's rolling as slow as Amanda's. Nice. It's gonna be 25 points of damage.
Yup.
Jog on. Your birth certificate is just an apology from the condom factory.
As you just dead ass look at him as he hits you, you don't even flinch. Your body doesn't even, as you absorb the pain and the shock, you retort this back to his face, and he drops his sword and like grips at his chest and starts like trying to like smack it, and basically has a heart attack and dies in front of you because he had 9 hit points.
And now he has no hit points.
And now
Sucker.
he has no hit points. I just realized I have not had my ring light on at all. Ooh, that's very bright in my face. Turn that down a little bit. There we go. Didn't need it when it was sunny outside. All right. The shade got to even me here in my studio. This hobgoblin is going to attack Jart. Actually, probably these two are going to step in and attack Jart. That is a 15 and a 17 to hit Jart.
The 17 hits, the 15 doesn't.
Okay. And he only has one hand on his sword. So 4 points of slashing damage as one of the hobgoblins swings down over you, impacting into the beautiful cloak that was made for you. 9. We come back to our paladin friend with Whimsy on deck.
All right. I guess, yeah, just start whacking at this fucking
Go
worm
for
bird
it.
thing.
Give it.
Let's see. It's a dirty 20 to hit.
Ooh.
Absolutely hits.
That's going to be 5 damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit it again.
Yeah. 5, you cut into one of the tentacles. It kind of hangs slightly, but it is still connected in a way that it's articulating. You're going to need to do quite a bit more damage than that.
I'll
It
be
says
there
I
as
got
soon
a-
as I can.
Yeah, I got a 12, but I still say I have like inspiration from somewhere I haven't used.
Then use it.
'Cause that's D4, right?
Yeah. Well, it depends. Inspiration from Nikki, inspiration from Denny right now is a D8.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, D8. Roll. That's an 18 to hit.
18 does hit. As you swing forward again,
And that's going to be 9 damage.
9 damage. Starting to see where it is very weak. Definitely getting those tentacles off will make a big difference. Striking forward with, as your sword is arcing through the air, that little bit of glimmer from your last divine smite, still kind of lighting up the area very dimly. Anything else you'd like to do?
Am I grappled or
You're not grappled, no.
so would I still be able to use my 2-weapon fighting or no?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to cap smack it?
Yep.
Bringing up your shield under its beak, trying to like catch the edge of that. I don't know what that is. Chitinous protrusion and ripping the lower mandible off.
That's going to be 25 to hit.
25 absolutely hits.
And he's taking 4 bludgeoning.
And 4 more. You pull forward, your shield locked under like the soft flesh part where the beak connects to the like mandible, or not mandible, the skin, and starting to pull forward, like pulling off, like, yeah, it's a mess. He's not liking that. He screeches, his breath stinking in your face as he screeches at you, his tongue wiggling out in pain.
Yep, that's my turn.
That was a great turn. Whimsy, so Whimsy and Kranich, and then Jart.
Whimsy's gonna start to run forward, sort of pause a half second next to Jart and be like, "Do you got this?"
Be fine. I'm fine, go.
All right. because my next question is this pile of rubble here,
Yeah.
is that climbable? Like, can I just,
It would be
Got
an athletics check to climb it. And there is the chance that you don't, and you've wasted your movement.
because right now Whimsy can't see where everyone else went. He doesn't know
Well, you
which.
could see, you see that this curtain here has been thrown aside. And I would say from where you are there, you can see Kranich here.
Then I guess Whimsy would just follow Kranich and barrel
Okay.
through that door, which is open, and he can see the wolves.
Yes.
So he's gonna spend his whole motion, get to that door that's blown to splinters.
Yeah.
He'll probably get that far before he sees 9 fighting a tentacle monster,
Yep.
and sort of stop there to recalculate, also because he's out of movement.
I'm gonna paste the image of the tentacle snake in our Zoom chat for you guys, just so that you can truly enjoy this as much as I am. Sarah, you closed our map. That's okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's good because it showed the audience too. No, that's a-okay with me. That was
Okay.
awesome. That was good timing. All right. Whimsy, as you get to that door, you see that there is a beam that has fallen and rubble that is covering the front of whatever this area is here is now covered in rubble, and a very heavy beam. Let me see if I have an image for this. Yeah, I do.
Double check I don't have any bonus actions I can throw on.
Oh, like that.
Hang on, I'm just checking if I have any spell slots left.
That's okay. Go for it.
I have 1 spell slot left. I think Misty Steps.
Kranich is going to come up behind you and the wolves and wait for your command.
Whimsy's gonna cast Hex on the not drow.
Do you have to be able to see the not drow to cast it?
You can see within range, yes. Can I not see them from there?
Give me a perception check at disadvantage, because you're very quickly coming into a situation where you're trying to understand what has happened, because you've never been in this area before, so you didn't know that there wasn't previously rubble there. And there is still a ton of like dust and dirt in the air as this debris is in the process of like actively still falling.
I thought it was old fallen stuff.
No, it's pretty clear with like the dust and stuff that's in the air that this has just collapsed.
13 with disadvantage.
You see a paw and a tail sticking out of some of the rubble, but you don't see the drow or not drow or whatever it is.
Oh no. Carl. Right, then I don't cast Hex. And I'm very worried for Carl.
Okay. Do you have an order for Kranich?
Kranich, I will say find the drow. He's probably in that pile of stuff.
Okay.
Or has gone past it.
Kranich
Up in the air
moves.
or running off.
Kranich will move forward and like kind of try to, oh, sorry, I can't get to Kranich without, there he
Moving.
goes. Yeah, and try to very carefully, oh, that's even worse. Oh, I'm never gonna get him now. Move
Layers,
that, move that,
layers of
move
divided.
that. There we go. Kranich is going to try and get forward and just make a really good perception of the area. So roll me a perception, but their movement will. And let's see. And Jart, you'll be on deck.
Perception check. He doesn't have anything to add to that. Sorry, I've got like 4 wolves and a fae I'm trying to look at sheets for.
No, that's okay.
I know.
I
how you
understand.
feel.
I do know how that feels. That is right up my alley.
18.
18. Kranich sees that there is as Kranich is like carefully trying to get over this pile of rubble, he sees that Carl is carefully protected in like a pocket. His one leg is trapped under a beam, but he could be brought out. It's going to take time and actions to do that safely. But he also sees that as this beam has come down, it has pinned the drow, who is now very much struggling to hold drow form. As Kranich starts to see the glamour shimmer and fade and try and surge back. Anything else Kranich would like to do?
Does Kranich see what's under the glamour? Or is it just like-
Yes, but I don't think Kranich knows. Kranich wouldn't necessarily, especially Fey spirit Kranich, would not know what it is, just that it's not a drow.
Okay.
And it's not from the Feywild. It's not a Fey spirit. Jart.
Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna grab the dagger, just like take a deep breath, and say, "Saloon, be with me." And I'm
Okay,
gonna stop.
as you call on Saloon, you get advantage on these attacks.
Oh, nice. I'm going to attack the guy in front of me. So first attack, it's 22 to hit.
22 hits.
It hits. And I think it's 5 over his DC.
Oh, very much so, yeah.
So he gets 15 plus
He's dead.
3. So he gets 18 points of damage.
He has 11 hit points. You killed him clean through. As you just poke forward with this dagger right into his like vocal cord box and throat, slide it like almost like a Zorro Z. You're just like a Jart T, and out and on to the next guy.
Yeah, next guy, same with the dagger. Oh, okay, no advantage, right?
Yep.
It's in a 20.
Fuck yes.
Fine, and the first one was a 1, so it was a 1 and a 20.
Oh,
Love it.
dang.
Yeah, so it's 16, 32, 35 points of damage.
35 points of damage. Okay. I will say this because that was a nat 20, because 35 points of damage is more than all 3 of these guys have put together. You not only do you slice forward with your dagger, you go through this guy and your whole body heats up in the flame of your genasi form. And you just literally, like a literal hot knife through orc butter, just go right on through him into the eye of the goblin that's behind him, pulling it back through. The eye is stuck on the tip of your dagger like an olive, on a skewer, and you fling it at the other goblin to try and get it off. It goes down his throat and he chokes to death on the other goblin's eyeball.
Okay. That's so fun. And knowing that, she's just gonna dope monk shit and it's gonna try to run all the way through here.
Yeah, give me an athletics check.
Uh,
Actually,
uh,
what is your monk thing? Can you just climb shit at this point?
no,
Or is
I
that
can
a later
no,
level?
I can drop, but not climb yet.
All right, give me athletics or acrobatics, whatever you prefer.
Okay. So it's gonna be acrobatics, like jumping from the bodies
Sure.
kind of thing. It's what? It's 13.
A 13. Yeah, I mean, it is, you step on the head of the goblin who's choking to death to try and launch yourself up, and you get over, but you kind of tumble slide down into the backside of this tentacle flailing monster that is currently locked into combat with 9. And you make your way down that side and you see what's going on here.
And I'm gonna spend my last key point for Fury of Blows.
Nice.
Oh, first hit. It's not good. It's an 11. I don't think it hits.
An 11. Sorry, I was caught up in the chat. They are loving Jard's epicness that we all knew was always there. An 11 just does not hit. No.
Okay, so on the second one, this one's also bad, but it's a little better. It's a 13.
A 13 does not hit. You are trying your hardest, but these tentacles are flailing.
Oh,
yeah,
kind of thing. And that's my turn.
Were you flurry of blows? Oh, that's unarmed.
Yeah, that's unarmed.
Okay. I was like, because that should have been with advantage if it was with the dagger, but no,
yeah.
that's
That's
okay.
unarmed.
All right. Denny.
All right. Denny is, first of all, very, very proud of Graja for such a brutal hit. He is really impressed. But equally, he is upset that so much of the king's blood has splashed onto him.
Yeah.
It's not quite what he was going for. This outfit completely ruined. It's just gone now. So he's going to turn back around and God, sorry, my computer is acting so weird today. Okay. Sure. Yeah, you do whatever you need to, computer, whatever. And this guy is in his way. No, it's gonna try and move away from him, but that's just gonna provoke an opportunity attack. Instead, I'm gonna hit him with my rapier, because why not? Let's go old-fashioned.
Okay.
It's a 13.
A 13 does not hit. These guys, as you're upset about your wardrobe, it suddenly occurs to you that these guys are wearing those nice, like, Met leather harness, Lil Nas X kind of style, like that. Maybe actually, maybe don't damage. That's fine crafted leather. That there, we may be able to work with something there. This may herald in a new age of Denny fashion.
Oh yeah, don't worry. Second season, this is going to be gone. It's going to be even more Liberace. It's going to be insane. Just prepare yourselves.
You're like, that actually, I was looking for something to take back to Coneyberry with me. That might be perfect. You're with me. All right. Denny, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Yes. Graja, do you still have advantage? I can't remember. if you still have that or not. Or
She
inspiration, I should
will.
say.
She can use reckless again. Oh, inspiration.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she does.
Yeah, I still have it. I have not used it.
Have not needed it.
Then no, that's all I will do because there's nobody else around me I can use it on.
Okay.
So that's my turn.
Love it. All right. The Grick here is going to try and grab each of Jart and 9 with tentacles again. Oh no, those rolls are so low, you guys. That was a 6 and a 2. That's not gonna get you guys. And if it can't get you with its tentacles, it doesn't get to take a bite out of you with its beak. It is flailing wildly. Now realizing that it is being flanked and that you guys are both hacking away at it, it is like so excited in this moment that it can't even grasp at you guys. I do not think there are any goblins left. What are the wolves doing?
The wolves are going to try and dig out their new friend. So they're going to be pawing at the rubble, trying to get Snarl out.
Okay. Give me, I'm just going to stack the wolves because they could surely all fit in there. Give me dexterity checks for them to see how much they can get out and how quickly. And while...
So 4 dexterity checks?
You can give me, I don't know, roll 1 and see how it goes. If 1 does okay, we'll use it for all 4 of them.
So they have a +2 slow motion dice. Maybe for
as they are frantically kind of digging away, you hear them saying, "It's okay. We will come for you. It's okay. Pack always comes for each other."
19.
They clear out a good portion. They can't get the beam moved. That's too heavy for them, but they clear out the portion and you can see that Carl is laying there on his side. His foot is broken for sure, trapped under the beam, but he's otherwise okay. And he will need to be pulled out. But let me just move that.
The important thing is he's okay.
He is okay. The drow, though, is still definitely under a lot of the rubble. Maybe not drow. No, that's okay. All right, Sarah, back up to the king. And then you're going to go after that. So here's what I think we should do, Sarah. If the rest of you don't mind, for the narrative, we're just going to go blow by blow and see who can end each other first.
Sounds good to me.
Are you ready, Sarah?
Let's do it.
Let's
do it.
Do this. You made your last turn reckless, which means he gets advantage against you on these attacks.
Indeed.
Okay. That is as he swings forward with his Morning Star, trying to get right at like the socket of your elbow. That's an 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
That does 11 points of piercing damage.
Now, when I'm rounding, am I rounding down or am I rounding up?
You are
I'm having
11,
like
so
11
that would
becomes...
be 5.
Okay, that's what I've been doing. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it doesn't really matter as long as we just do it consistently throughout.
Okay, that's consistent. So.
Yeah. And then his second attack on you is a not natural 20 to hit.
Yeah.
8 more points of piercing damage, so 4.
Okay.
And he snarls at you and he says, "Don't worry. Your little helper over there will be an excellent slave to me when I finish you." Your turn.
Graja hated that. So we're going reckless again.
All right,
Oh,
do it.
yeah.
And she just like is fully post-verbal at this point and is
Yeah.
no longer and is just completely focused on the target in front of her. So, do you want me to do the same thing to just basically like roll three in a
roll
row?
all of your attacks.
Yep. Okay.
All at advantage.
26 for
26
the number
hits.
one. My cat is screaming. That's a nat 20.
Oh, yes,
Nat
baby.
20. Woo!
Okay. Third strike.
Third one.
100 points of damage there.
27. Almost another nat 20.
All right. So roll me. You're gonna on this first set of damage. You're gonna double the dice number
Okay, this first
because it's a nat
damage-
20. So the
Okay.
first set of damage, you're gonna double the damage, and just tell me damage per hit.
Now, is this, in terms of doubling, is this the damage that came up on the die or the plus, or with the +5?
The die, just the die.
The
Just the
die.
die.
You double any die. So if you're like a rogue and you get sneak attack, which is also determined by a dice, you double that. If you're a paladin and you get divine smite, you also double those dice. So it's
Okay.
any dice that you roll, you get to double.
Got it. Okay, cool. So I did that. I'm just tabulating as I'm going here.
And just a friendly reminder, you do still have inspiration, so you can always add another D8 to one of those if you.
Not to
I don't think
Oh, that's right.
damage.
It's not the damage, is it?
damage.
Never
Yeah, it's
mind.
just
I
a
take it
hit.
back.
Yeah, no worries. Because it was another calculator damage situation.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have like brutal critical? I think it's called.
Does she? Let me go check her. Let me go
I've
check
never
her.
seen anything that says that.
By this time,
That
I
might
think
be
she
6th
would.
level.
Yeah,
She
maybe.
does not have savage attack. When you score a critical hit, this is an orc feature. When you score a critical hit, roll an extra damage dice. So what is your damage dice? It is a
D12.
D12. So give me
Add another one.
add another D12
Oh my
roll to
goodness.
whatever
Okay.
total you're about to give me. Yeah, good looking out.
Double that one
wandering
too?
endlessly.
One. One.
Look, one counts.
One. It's better than
That
0.
that becomes to 2. That becomes to 2 if it's a
Yeah.
critical thing.
Okay. All right. Bloop, 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 bloop. All the damage has been tabulated, and the grand total is 49.
49 points of damage as you savagely just let the orcness that you have spent so long kind of pushing down and refusing to let be a part of your life. You're starting to figure out, maybe I don't need to be ashamed of that piece. Maybe I need to like come more to peace with that. And you are just letting that beautiful orc innate sense of rage rush through you. Brutal, just slicing through him time after time, cutting whole chunks of skin off. His armor is almost completely deteriorated at this point. Blood is streaming from his mouth, and he spits out one of his tusks, and he just looks at you and he says, "When are you going to stop playing around? I thought we were here for a fight." And
Damn.
How many
Damn.
hit points does he have?
Yeah, geez. I've done like
Yeah, on a scale of
100.
on a scale
Over
of 1 to
100.
147, how damaged does he look?
on a scale of 1 to 147, that's a very random number that you've just pulled out of nowhere.
I was just guessing.
I mean, because, yeah, it has nothing to do with his hit points. Anyway, both of his next 2 attacks still hit you. for another 30, so 15 points of damage.
Uh-oh. I'm in
And
territory.
you get to go again, Sarah. What are you down to?
7.
Oh.
Make it count. Last round of attacks, I think. Make it count.
While
Okay.
you roll,
So he says this to you. He says, "We didn't come to play. Challenge me." And he just spits out just blood and like froth. You can see one of his lungs was probably punctured. And he has that same "I am not giving up." Nothing to lose wildness in his eyes as he looks at you and just lays into you.
I wanted to give a shout out. So gracias, Dungeon Mendez. She's a
Hey.
Latin, like a Spanish stream that sent us a raid, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
I
thank
didn't see
you.
the raid. I'm
Yes,
so
I saw-
sorry. Yes,
Yeah,
thank
Dungeon
you
Mendez.
so much.
Gracias. Okay, so. Okay.
Can Denny see how hurt Graja is from where he is?
I mean, there is a hobgoblin obstructing your view a little bit
Yeah.
here, Denny.
Yeah.
And they are actively trying to keep you from engaging in shenanigans against this leadership challenge. All right, Graja, let's go.
Okay,
this.
so my last reckless attacks here. I'm just going for it. Because, okay. And I'm telling you I'm not going from Dreamgirls starts playing in the background. Okay, 20 for the first one.
Natural
Yeah.
20?
No.
Oh, okay. I figured because you probably would have been like celebrating a little bit more.
I
but
would
just
have.
wanted to
Yeah.
make sure.
Good point. 22. Not a nat 20.
Okay.
Last one.
Hitting.
26.
Okay. Give me roll each set of damage individually. Just tell me what it is individually.
Okay. Come on now. Ooh. 18 to start.
18. You carve into his, you swing it under, carving in and like severing the tendons behind his knee. And you immediately see him like start to drop down onto, on like putting all of his weight on one leg.
Okay. Number 2. Yes! 19!
Fuck yeah.
19. Swinging, doing this thing where like you swing your axe into the other dominant hand and bring it back under his other knee, swiping through the other piece of tendons. He is now on his knees before you, looking at you.
Going full Black Knight.
Ah! And I think she says, "The first thing you leave behind in battle is your arrogance." And that's 10 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yes!
Oh, I can cry. Let's see. So, I think Raja, she's proven herself to herself at this point. This leadership challenge from this man questioning her honor and questioning her abilities. That I would just love to bring down the great axe from on high,
Yeah.
righteous,
Hallelujah.
down to bifurcate him in half.
Absolutely. You see him pathetic on his knees before you, looking up at you, still arrogance is absolutely the right word, still convinced that he is going to win this. And you see that look that came from all of your mother, from your uncles, from the other people in your tribe, when you told them you were going to leave and they just looked at you like you were weak and you had nothing to offer and they were better off without you. And you channel this up, swinging it down, striking the look from his face as his melon cracks clean in half, bringing it all the way down. You get down like a good 6 inches, and you can actually feel the tremble of your axe as his heart beats, ba-boom, ba-boom. And then your axe sinks a little bit deeper, and you feel the tremble come to a stop as you slice his heart in half.
God.
Yeah. Denny is just standing back there looking at Graja covered in blood and going, I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me.
I love it so much. Graja bringing to an end the reign of King Groll, which, as combat ceases and a victor stands, the goblins, the one goblin that's near you, Denny, drops his sword to his side and turns to look at his new commander for what orders she will issue. And you hear him call out, the challenge is over. We have a new leader. And he says to you, my queen, what would you have us do? In Goblin.
Okay. So I'm trying to, so the one next to, who is saying that to me?
That's this one that's
This
here.
one? Okay.
Yeah, you see Denny's eyes poking out. Very like, I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen a lot of TikToks about it. Very like Reese Darby in Our Flag Means Death looking at Taika Waititi. Do you know what I'm saying? Just like that.
Oh, yeah.
Moon face look, you know?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know exactly that. So Graja will say, the remaining monsters and enemies in the combatants in the castle, kill them.
Who are you classifying as enemies? You may want to be more specific in your orders.
I guess I should be specific. But I don't know about the Grick.
You do not.
So I'm like,
and as far as you know, it's your friends that are inside that castle.
Okay, then she'll just say follow me and await further instruction.
All right.
So can I move though, actually?
You do have movement, absolutely.
I do. Okay, I have 40, so I'm going to just,
pulling your great axe up out of this dude, you just like twirl it lightly, knocking him over to the side as you stroll confidently past him.
Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I think this is the furthest I can go.
Okay.
So
you do hear battle coming from inside, behind this pile of rubble here. Denny, what, as the hobgoblin starts to follow her, you could make an attack. It's leaving your melee zone.
I do not speak Goblin, but Graja is like so intensely in control of this situation that Denny's just gonna be like, okay, absolutely, and just follow while casting a quick cantrip of mending to make sure that his appearance is at least a little bit more together. It's still not great, but it's a little bit better.
Absolutely.
And
You're in the presence of royalty now. You need to look together. Are you dropping the darkness spell on this dude?
Yes. Yeah, I think my concentration will die now.
And in that case, he looks around confused, trying to figure out what's going on, and scrambles his way in to follow the new queen. Are you gonna make movement to go in there?
Yeah, I'll come over here.
All right. So let's cut over for a second to Jart and Nine. and see what we can do about finishing off this Grick. 9, I will get you to go first, and then the Grick, and then, or sorry, 9 and then Jart and then the Grick if it survives. So 9, make your rolls.
Well, 9's gonna move right over here to see if he can't probably provoke advantage.
Absolutely, you can. As you move to the side, especially like you and Jart are a highly honed, tightly like put together fighting unit at this point. You've been practicing skirmishes together. You've been doing daily drills. You try to keep up with her on her morning 14-kilometer light jog. And she, has been swinging your sword a little bit, trying to build some of that other strength. Go ahead, roll with advantage against this bad boy.
So 21 to hit.
21 hits.
He's taking 7 damage.
7 damage. You slice cleanly through 2 of its tentacles.
Okay.
It's got one that's like halfway hanging and one normal one.
All right. Rolling one more time. Uh, 17 to hit.
17 will also hit.
It's taking another 5.
How do you want to do this?
Yes. Yes.
9, he's just gonna slash through him one time.
Yeah.
And then almost you see him kind of like in his head, like trying to like plead to Lathander. And he's just like says, I walk in your footsteps, and then he just like thinks the word please. And he tries to shove his sword right through under the bird's beak into his head.
Lovely. As you do, swinging your sword around you, kind of to the north and coming at it a new way, it trips over, it kind of skips on this brazier a little bit. The flint and the spark lighting up the brazier itself, and the whole room becoming illuminated, as you can now clearly see where you are aiming your sword and jab it right up there, pinning its tongue to the roof of its mouth, piercing through the roof of its mouth into its very little brain, and pulling back down. And the brain, like, have you ever seen somebody like decorate like Ukrainian Easter eggs, and they have to like poke the hole so that the egg can come out the bottom before they can decorate it? You know what I'm talking about? Basically, that's its brain matter coming out of this hole that you've pierced in the roof of its mouth.
That's a weird omelet.
That's it has a beak. I mean, I guess that's a potential. Whimsy, you have a moment here to hulk out and grab Carl. What would that
Whimsy
look
is
like
gonna-
for Whimsy?
Not terribly exciting, unfortunately. He's gonna roll sort of under the pile of rubble and like whoosh him out, because he
Okay.
doesn't like grab and pull or break anything. So he's gonna like put his hands right behind the damaged leg and sort of whoosh him from behind. So
Yeah.
he's not putting too much pull on the broken leg.
You putting yourself in a position where you're like on hands and knees over him to scoop him out. Your back pushes up and raises against the beam just enough to let the foot loose as you scoop him out. You for sure are going to need some painkillers. That was Mama Bear. That's going to hurt tomorrow. Some Mama Bear adrenaline going on there. But as you swoosh him out and under you, you see Carl in particular licking him all over his face, and you just hear them kind of whimpering to each other. They're twins. They're brothers that had been separated. And so
Kyle
you
and
reunited
Carl.
them. Carl and Kyle. And your pack becomes one bigger as the other wolves kind of aren't even timid like they were with Carl the first time. They are now just you have big family now. And as our chapter comes to a close for this season, Graja, the last thing that you see is this door creak open, and you see Droop's face pop out, and he goes, Graja, we did it.
And she's very hurt, and so she's kind of like holding her arm a little bit, and she's like, yeah, we did it, and just motions for him to come to her.
And he runs to you, and as he does, he gives you this gigantic hug, and he has just leveled up to his first level. And he's
Awesome.
taken a level of cleric, and as he hugs you, you just feel this tightness around you, and he casts Cure Wounds, and your arm starts to mend up as you get back. Where is my dice?
Guys, this is the most wholesome game ever. Like,
As you get back 6 points, and your
Awesome.
arm heals up. Not so much, like he is from your like cousin culture. He understands the value of scars. They tell stories. So it's going to leave a good mark. But it is healed and disinfected. It's not actively bleeding and disinfected. As Droop gains first level cleric, you guys. Droop is a character now. We'll have to get him a character sheet. As time goes on over the next little bit, I'm just gonna uncover the rest of this map. Give me a second here because it's not really letting me do that. You guys find a variety of different things. The first thing that you find up here is there are 2 goblins that were greedily like trying to pack a bag full of coins and jewelry and goblets, and they were not gonna leave without taking some stuff with them. And you guys find like a whole cargo room here full of goods. And so as a group, you guys have, I don't know who's keeping track, who's the secretary, who's the treasurer here, but you guys have
probably.
fantastic, definitely, as Denny strolls in and
Yeah.
like immediately
It's like, I
starts
got this.
doing inventory. You guys find that you have 4,500 gold.
Nice.
Someone get me a ring of
If we
protection.
find a house in Coneyberry, guys, it's us.
200 platinum,
Hell yeah.
a variety of goods and weapons and leather. There are a couple of things that immediately strike you, Denny, as, oh, these could be extra valuable, perhaps magic. You're going to need some time to look at them.
Okay.
The other thing that you guys find is in the southernmost chamber, the wolves are eager to get into this room. And that is because in this room is an owlbear that is in a cage. It is confined and looks emaciated. Eating goblins is not going to keep an owlbear alive for too long. And it is what was used to fight. And so you guys can set it free or rehabilitate it or try to train it. I don't know what you're going to do. But that,
Really good page.
and you guys eventually dig out, and I would imagine hold captive this creature that was a drow that's not a drow. It is gray and alien looking. It is completely hairless. It is, it's got like old style vampire kind of looking face, a very small mouth, sharp fangs, tight, almost elf-like ears.
Nosferatu.
Very
Yeah.
Nosferatu looking, absolutely. But completely hairless, very lean and gaunt across its surprisingly tall body. One thing you guys know about it right away is that as soon as it starts to become aware, and over time, as it like starts to heal a little bit, it can read your thoughts. So it is constantly trying to play mind games with you guys. But we're gonna have to figure out what information you gather from it when campaign 2 or when season 2 starts. And yeah, that is an epic way to end out this first season. Is there anything anybody else definitely wants to do in the first kind of 24 hours that you guys now have command of a castle and of limited forces?
I would like to just go around and like raid the bodies a little bit, just like make sure
Sure.
that they don't have any like goodies, and maybe just
Yeah.
kind of maybe put them somewhere as well, like some sort of pit or
Yeah,
under a bush.
absolutely.
I don't have to see them.
You start to pile them up. It seems that the king was very stingy and did not allow anybody to carry anything. You do find that the 2 boars that they had carried in earlier in the day are marinating and cooking nicely and will prepare quite a decent feast for you all tonight.
I think Nine's
Back on the
gonna
menu, boys.
walk over there past Whimsy to what's his name, Carl.
To Carl, yeah.
Yeah, you kind of see Nine. He passes Whimsy. He kind of slowly kneels down to him, and he's gonna take his cloak down and pull his helmet off with his head down a little bit, and he's gonna touch Carl's leg and do lay on hands and heal his leg.
As he pulls his helmet off for the first time in a while, you Whimsy and Jart, you can give me a perception check.
Oh, Whimsy's gonna try and get a look. Whimsy,
Yeah.
Whimsy at advantage because
he has
he's
bets
kneeling
going.
down in front of you. Yeah.
Whimsy had a betting pool going. He's gotta know.
Yeah, it's not that good. It's an 11.
You see the back of as he pulls his helmet off. You see the back of him, human, not totally surprising, but good to actually have it confirmed. He is human. What did you roll there, Amanda?
16.
16. As he kneels down, you catch kind of the side of his face. There is a good looking scar that he carries on his face. What is more interesting to you is that just at the base of his neck, there is a small circle of raised flesh that has been branded with the number 9.
Dang.
And you see Carl start to stand up, 9, as you call on Lathander and bless this new family. You see Carl able to kind of stand up and gently, it's still very ginger, but put a little bit of weight on there. The other wolves, start jumping and skipping around like dogs, very excited that you've done this. Kyle in particular comes up and licks you all over your now exposed face. It's very sweaty and salty. He's not opposed to that. And you get a really good wolf dog bath. My queen.
Whimsy hugs 9 and thanks him for taking care of the wolf. Thanks for treating my family like your family.
This is the most wholesome game. I'm like,
9, as
Back
you're
to the
kind of
blood and
taking a
gore
guard,
story.
it's been a while since another person has touched you intimately, even like in a friendship hug, just been that close to you that's not in combat.
Do I need to roll for grapple for that? Like how opposed to
No, he's not like, he's kind of like standing there. You like know
my
when somebody hugs you that you're not
Yeah,
really
like-
sure about. You're kind of like, he's sitting there kind of like standing still, but he's not like trying to like push you off or nothing like that.
Whimsy would happily take damage to give a hug.
And if there's ever been a single sentence that has summed up a character more than Whimsy would take damage to give a hug, that is poetic. That is beautiful. 9, you being covered by wolf kisses on one side and a hug from a very grateful tiefling on the other side. There is this moment of not only the battle is over, for the first time that you can ever remember, it's not this battle is over, where is the next combat? Where is the next thing that I'm doing? It's just, I'm here with these people. And that is okay for now. I'm here. You're not
Yeah.
thinking ahead.
Yeah, I think he would take his hug, I guess, and then after he got through, I guess he would kind of like look at Whimsy and you just pretty much say, as yeah, I was under the impression we were family at this point. And then he would give her a wink real quick, and then he would put his helmet back on and his cloak.
You get this little moment, Whimsy, that if circumstances were different, maybe he would have gone into the bardic trade, but stoically he kind of, old habits die hard, and to change years of childhood trauma will take a little bit of time and maybe some more wolf kisses. We will come to find out. Denny takes inventory of the whole place. My queen, what orders do you have for your court?
So sorry. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I thought I cut out for a second there. No, it's
Oh,
okay.
you're good. You're good.
Good.
First, tell me your names.
And they do names that are very hobgoblin-y.
Sure.
These are Orktosh
Orktosh. Okay.
and Shumal.
Like it.
Very, very orc names.
The pain on the DM's face when you ask names that were not prepared.
I thought that you would kill them all. I don't usually name them.
Didn't we learn from Droop already? You gotta be prepared for this.
Droop has a name. There is good Droop lore. Droop was named.
Yeah.
That's not my name. Droop has a name in the
Oh,
book.
okay.
And she looks at them. First, tell me everything you know about what you were sent here to do, who you were previously working for.
Like Graja just wants to know all of their information, basically.
In this moment where the camera is jump cutting from 9 for the first time, not needing to move on to the next battle, it jump cuts to Graja, who usually has been very happy-go-lucky and taking circumstances as they come, and is now preparing for a much larger war as she starts demanding information. And I mean, having come from a matriarchy, it is not foreign to you. You have watched strong women take charge and lead.
Mm-hmm.
And your past experiences and circumstances over the last few months with these people have given you a variety of opportunities to practice being who you are. And now you feel a little bit more confident to, maybe not to them, maybe not to your friends, but to these orcs and goblins, you step into a new role for yourself.
Awesome.
Jart.
Jart's gonna like kind of get to the like a room by herself for a little bit after all the murdering of beings, which is not what she was expecting to do when she left her small village in the mountain. And she's gonna see Gundren. And basically is gonna like kind of prepare him for the trip back home, like try to get him like armor, new clothes, bandage his wounds, whatever needs to be done. And after that she's just gonna probably go to this room, which is kind of like the most secure room in the building. And it's gonna like set up camp, but it's gonna like be processing everything that happened that day. She's definitely not what she was expecting.
And especially for Jart, like Jart by and large had a body total, a kill count in this castle that maybe was more than everything else that she's killed put together, and triple or quadruple what anybody else did. This day was bloody. And as you sit down with you've warmed a pot of water and you begin to kind of like sponge bathe yourself, because there's just not a trough big enough. The water just runs off of you red as you are covered in blood. You have to get the water changed multiple times to get yourself really clean. These events definitely weigh heavy on our farmer turned monastery style monk. You didn't go into this world to be a hand of vengeance. And this will weigh heavily on Jart as she figures out what the next steps are for her. And with that, I will say, we will end our session. We will end our season at this very cool place to be prepared for what comes next. Glassstaff is still missing. The Banshee is on her way. She is days and days and days away. It's going to take her, at least a couple more hours to get here. And Viessa is looking for you. Who knows what has happened to Gundren's brothers? The town of Phandalin has been wiped off the map. The countryside is in flux, as over these last couple days a connection to the divine has been reforged after weeks of all deities missing from the face of the planes of existence and realms of existence. This is a big step for everybody. And that's where we'll end our first season. I should say, actually, of course, you all level up. So feel free to do that as well. Sarah will work together on Droop's character sheet. And congratulations on a very successful raid of Cragmaw Castle, and maybe your own hold at some point should you choose to rebuild it. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. Thank you all for watching and for being with us for these last 32 episodes. I think this is 32. I'm going to get my amazing players to introduce themselves. It's going to be a couple of months until we're back with season 2. But in the meantime, all of these people, I think, have projects that are, or maybe have projects coming up that you should be looking at and watching. So let me go with, I'll go with Najra first.
Okay, everyone. Thank you for being here. There was a lot of new people today, so thank you for coming. We hope you stay with us for the long run. I'm Najra from Najra Creations. I'm a professional cosmaker and wedding gown designer. So you can find me on all social media like as that. And let me know if you need Ren Fair, cosplays, whatever. As a player, you can find me, well, not here on Sundays for now, but you can find me on Wednesdays playing the Changeling game here, and you can find me on Girls Run This World, which is a new project, which is women created, women uplifted, and we have a lot of things coming up, including me DMing a one-shot for Innomine Satanis, which is like an indie game, like an indie vintage game. Sarah, our Graja, is gonna be there playing with us, so follow us for that, and see you here for season 2.
Thank you. Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm balderdashing on most social media, and I'm sad to say goodbye to Whimsy for a bit, but I'll probably be making a bunch more stupid orange TikToks with him just because I enjoy this whimsical fun. I don't have any big projects coming up. I may be in another D&D game. I don't know how the streaming situation's going for that, but yeah, mostly just TikToks for me. That's what I do with my free time. Too much.
I love it. Oh, I should have asked, what are you taking your next level in?
I'm thinking Morlock still. He's
Another Warlock. Jart, what are you taking your next level in?
Monk all the
In
way.
Another monk level. Nikki.
Hello, everybody. Nikki here. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, bunch of that stuff, etc. At I'm Poppy Field. And you can also see me on Friday nights on the DMDM Studios page, where storyteller Sarah and I are playing Lord of the Rings role-playing game using the 2d6 system, which confuses me greatly. But it's a lot of fun, so come check it out.
Yeah, it's a super misogynist piece of shit rule set that we are actively fixing as we go through and play it. Love it. Sean.
Hey guys, I'm Sean. Play non-human paladin. Got maybe a glimpse of with his helmet off tonight. Yeah, you find me here on Phandalin by night, and then I play in the Rhyme of the Frost Maiden campaign here on Vancouver by night on Fridays. And besides that, I'm acting foolish on most social medias.
Sarah. Oh, Sean, what are you taking your level in?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking either a little fighter paladin or maybe a sorcerer. Then maybe multi-classing with sorcerer and paladin. I don't know. We'll see.
Interesting. And sorry, Nikki, I forgot to ask. I assume that you're taking another level of Bard.
I am absolutely taking another level of Bard. I already have my spells picked out. I'm very excited.
You've been ready for this. All right. Sarah.
Hey, my name is Sarah. I played Graja Rage Rock. You can find me on Twitter at MC Diabetes. I'm also a creative partner at Martlet Games. On Martlet, you can see me very soon as a storyteller for my historical Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition campaign, London's Bleeding. If you sign up for our Patreon at $5, you can see the first 2 episodes all ready to go. So that takes place just after the First World War, and some very interesting things are happening. Other than that, you can see me here on Vancouver by Night as part of the Vampire Saturday Takeover in Vancouver by Night Delve into Darkness, which is on at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, where I play Prince Jude Duncan, the Tremere fledgling prince of Vancouver. That is a wonderful time, and we are having our season finale next week. So please join us for that. Other than that, actually, you can hop over right after this if you'd like a little vampire, to Martlet Games for Indie Anarchs, which is a fun anarch game run by my husband and partner, Steve. It's a great time, and we have a special guest tonight, so please go check that out. That starts at 8 p.m. Eastern. Other than that, you can just follow me on social media. You'll see what I am doing. I'm definitely going to miss this table a great deal. This has been such an incredible D&D experience for a new person. Like, I honestly can't think of a better experience. Like, this has truly been, like, this is what D&D can be for me. So, like, this is just, I'm elated. So, thank you so much to everybody, and see you for season 2.
Look at that,
Sarah,
royalty on both shows right there.
I was going to say the prince.
That's
and the
true. That's true. The prince. Oh, I'll take it.
We're going to need to get you like a shirt with all of your titles.
I'm just gonna collect them.
Sarah, what is Graja's next level in?
I'm gonna continue down the barbarian track. I feel like it's going well. I want to see what barbarian can do for me, so we're gonna continue.
All right, and with all of that said, my name is Sarah. I have been the DM for this amazing last 9 months of play for season 1. I will be back with season 2 in a couple of months when we're ready to get that started. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you especially to my players, all 5 who you see here, and also Mike, whose character is doing his own adventure. I should say its own adventure. It's complicated. Go back and watch the YouTube. Please go and subscribe to our YouTube. We're so close. We're like 25 more people away from being able to do this dog mite giveaway. We really would like to reach 1,000 by the end of the month. You can find me, as Nikki said, on Friday nights at DMDM Studios, where I am storytelling. I'm narrating a Lord of the Rings all-women cast, which is really awesome. And on Community Cleric Thursday nights for 2 more weeks on my own channel, and then it'll be moving over to Girls Run These Worlds, which is a new channel that Najra, myself, Ryu, and Jazz, who you will also know from this channel. Happy birthday, Jazz.
Woo! That's here.
And thank you all so much. I want to say a super special thank you to Steve and to Joe for giving me, for trusting me. They had known me for like all of 2 weeks when they were told that I would be doing this. And they just never blinked, and they have given me their full support to run this game. And to my table, you guys are seriously amazing players. I am so looking forward to what comes next in our story. And with that, we are going to raid over to Martlet Games. Is that right, Sarah?
No. That's not quite
Martlet.
No, not quite started yet. That's still so we are actually going to raid Botched Rolls today. They're also playing D&D. And I do want to thank, we had multiple raids today: Blue Box RPG, Time Lord's Wife, Dungeon Mendez, Dungeon Mendez, DMDM Studios.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I didn't even see all the raids.
Yeah,
and so
really so much thank you, so much appreciation for like the whole D&D and tabletop community. We really felt the love today, so thank you for that for our finale. So please stick around and show some love to Botched Rolls as we head over there, and go ahead and click on their name once you go over there, since so that we'll get credit and give them some views. So with that, goodbye everybody.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next season.
Thank you so much. Bye.